It is a kind of electronic opera. It's two things. It's a concert and it's a screening of my films, and in the end it's a collaboration we made together. Koudlam is a former opera singer, and he had this idea of entropic music, and he called his style of music electropical. At the time I was also very interested in the idea of anachronism as an answer to nostalgia, because a lot of my work is also this trying to fight nostalgia. Yeah, this is how we got along, sharing the same ideas about things. Desniansky Raion focuses on modernist architecture. It's been shot in so many different places, parts in Belgrade, parts in St. Petersburg, parts in France, parts in Ukraine. One of Smithson's favorite quote was actually from Nabokov, saying that the future is the obsolete and reverse, and I think these buildings stand for that. There's a kind of something quite medieval about these modernist structures, and the film is going, I guess, back in time, showing first this fight in St. Petersburg that for me recalls like 18th century battlefields, paintings of battlefields. Recent history can only be found on site. This is the reason why I spent most of my time outside, trying to confront myself as much as I can within the landscape I'm interested in. And then the second part shows a modernist building outside Paris about to be demolished. To make it up to the people who live there, the mayor decided to make a sound and lightning just prior demolitions. And sound and lightnings never happen in France outside of a classical monument circuit, which is castles essentially. I've witnessed over 30 demolitions in the past 5 years. Usually I just go there because I think it's an amazing thing to see. I think it's also very Machiavellic in a way, the idea that it's so spectacular in the end that even people that were against demolition of these buildings find themselves so overwhelmed by the spectacle of the falling of this building that in the end the last image they'll remember is this building falling. And the third part is shot in Ukraine, in Desniansky Raion, which gave the title to the film, basically filming over a suburb outside Kyiv, and ends up on this composition of buildings that, for me, remind me of Stonehenge. So you have gradually something going back in times to the 18th century classical problematics of paintings, ruins, and also the idea of 18th century gardens and park of ruins, and all the way to a classical archaeological site such as Stonehenge. Making the music for the film with Koudlam was the longest thing, but we kind of shared the same ideas, him as a musician, me as a visual artist. I wanted this first part of the movie to recall the soundtracks that Philip Glass made for Koyaanisqatsi, which is a small reference for this film. The biggest part, we wanted together to have a kind of national geographic music. He made the music it was used to illustrate a documentary on Aztec pyramids, or Aztec or Mayan pyramids, but obviously all made on synthesizers. So it created this kind of anachronic situation where he was trying to find out what could Aztec society be today. Some parts I've shot, some parts I've found. I don't have a problem with reappropriating video footage. Some of the footage was found on site, and that's also very important for me. I always ask myself before working, is it worth it? It's not because I'm lazy, but it's because I try to find out what's the history of this site. And most of the time these places don't have, since it's a very recent history, you kind of have to go there and find out for yourself.